Uh, so please tell us who you are, who you're affiliated with, and what your expertise is.
Hasmukh Patel, and I am working with Excel Group last 32 years,
Okay.
and I am responsible now with a small group company, AgroCell,
Okay.
which is working with farmers across the India.
Okay. And this is Excel based in Mumbai,
Yeah.
whose interests range from agrochemicals to and variety of in the
Yes,
agrochemical
and many
spaces.
many other services to the farmers.
Okay. And what brings you to Latin America?
Latin America, one thing is a big size of farming and zero tillage concept I like very much, where soil is always taken care by farmers through all crop residue, and that's we also work in India for how to make better soil. So that concept I like very much, and the farming operations and service provided by Allied Adventure and other many service providers is really very good for farmers and better for soil health.
Okay. So on this trip, where all have you been to in Latin America?
We covered 4 countries, but basically we see very much agriculture side in Brazil, Paraguay, Argentina, and also today we saw your 4,000 hectare farm where you provide services. So we see the very good quality of land as well as good farming practices.
How would you compare the farming environment here with that in India or other places that you worked in or traveled to?
It's totally different because in India, small land holding, so mechanization cannot possible in certain limit once you cross. Here, land size means farm size is huge in thousands of hectares, so you can do easily mechanization, and that make farming any way you want to make, and that's why I think within 2, 3, or 4 years, or even maximum 5 years, you can make a forest into best cropping land, and that's happened through mechanization.
What is your comments or thoughts about the soil quality, water availability, and general infrastructure for farming here?
One thing is God given very good rainfall here, equally distributed, and that's make huge difference compared to India and other part of the world where we not have a sufficient rain. So vegetation is not there, and that's why soil become more poor. Other thing is population is so less here, so burden of per hectare land, human as well as cattle, is very very limited and reasonable, and that's why the land is very fertile. Soil, you can say very live soil, and people are doing zero tillage with all crop residue, so that's why the quality of soil, I can say soil is really a living soil.
So would you compare this to the best in the world that you've seen or better?
Yes, no, best in the world, and I can say this is good for sustainable agriculture also.
Okay. I know the other issue is a lot of Indian companies and investors are also looking at Africa for farming. And, of course, Latin America is also a big hub for farming.
Right.
What is your opinion comparing these two regions, having experienced them?
I think Latin America is better than African countries in many way. One is safety point of view. Other thing
Safety,
is
you mean? Safety and security.
and security,
Physical security.
physical security. And other thing is here the area of land easily available. Policy of all 4 countries government is favorable, where in African countries you will not get land as in your account, but you can get only on
It's
lease.
correct. Here you can own 100% land.
Yes.
Clean title.
Yeah.
Yes.
and all basic infrastructure and service providers are good networking and developing also.
So the agriculture ecosystem exists here, which doesn't exist in Latin America. In
In
Africa.
Africa.
Yes.
Yes.
And what is your prospect? So, I mean, what would be your recommendation to your colleagues who are evaluating the prospects of agriculture in Latin America?
We can start very soon this project in Latin America, and I think jointly with Allied we can do better for agriculture and better for world, because many scope is there. Both have very good experience, so it will be a very good sharing of knowledge to each other, and we can do something. Land is fallow, moisture is there, so we can go for policies which is a deficit in many part of Asian countries, particularly in India. So we can fulfill that demand also, and farmer can earn more. So whatever experience in both sides, we share each other and we can grow like anything.
So you mean both Excel and Allied Venture?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Patel, for your
You
comments.
are most welcome.